it's an important program, and it's good that we're getting these people out of Afghanistan. It's doing, but it didn't have to come to this. It's been a problematic program.
Yeah. You wrote about this as mentioned for a reason, and you talked about really the hurdles that a lot of people have come across and that they've encountered in this process here. Is there a way to make this smoother? Is there a way to make it more streamlined, or is this all part? Is this really indicative of just this massive bureaucracy that is our immigration system?
I think a lot of it is that second thing. It's that our immigration system broadly is very hostile to this kind of this kind of class of people. The urgency that they feel isn't well suited to how long things take given our immigration setup. At the same time, though, there are certain actions being taken right now that are very beneficial for people who are at grave risk right now. For example, President Biden today, he signed a bill that would kind of streamline certain aspects, eliminate certain steps that are major barriers to entry for this visa program. For example, normally you have to have served for 2 years to be eligible for the visa. Now it's 1 year. Congress has also moved to eliminate certain medical examinations and redundant security checks, things that are very risky for people in Afghanistan to complete, given how dangerous it is to travel there.
So what's the next step here? I know this is one of those programs where it has started, and you mentioned there was just such a tremendous backlog when you look at people who have assisted the U.S. military, and granted they are not members of the military, but they're military adjacent and have helped our troops in such profound ways. So when you look at this from afar, how do we make it better? How do we make it easy? This is not the last time we're going to see U.S. military intervention when you need these services.
Yeah, truth be told, there are about 70,000 people stuck in limbo now, between 18,000 primary SIV applicants and then 52,000 dependents and family members. That's enormous. And if we don't get these people to safety, and the scale of which is frankly impossible to achieve by the August 31st withdrawal deadline that Joe Biden has now set for us in Afghanistan, it's going to send a very, very clear signal that we can't fulfill our promises. And this was quite plainly a promise that we made to these people, who, might I add, are some of the most patriotic, devoted people that I have ever personally spoken to. That sends a very clear signal that we can't be trusted in our future conduct and our future engagements with allies.
It has been striking because we went to, Fox 5 went to some of these homes, and we saw, the new lives that a lot of these interpreters are going to find themselves in, which is something that they have aspired to. You don't have the expectation or the promise of it, but you certainly hope that the U.S. would follow through with that. Do you think that really it seems like we weren't prepared for this?
No, and given that this program has existed since 2009, we've known for a while that I like to think we've known for a while that we would be withdrawing from Afghanistan. We've had time to make this a suitable program for these people and the urgency that they really need to be served with, given how many of them are at risk of death and murder at the hands of the Taliban.
Yeah, and